Hi, Mike from the Rural Montana family. Today we got a cool project going. We want to make our 2018 Tesla Model 3 CCS charge. Tesla Model 3s didn't come initially with the CCS charge option enabled. Here in the US, we have the proprietary Tesla plug, and so we can't just go to CCS Charger and plug in, unlike in Europe, where they have the CCS, the Type 2. In the United States, we have the CCS Type 1. But so in Europe, people can actually go to CCS chargers and just charge their Model 3s and Model Ys and Model S's. So that's all possible there. The early Model S's couldn't do that either in Europe, but I believe there's a retrofit kit for the Chargeport. But for us here, we want to keep the proprietary plug. We're not going to retrofit the Chargeport. I don't know that there is even a CCS Combo 1 plug available for the Model 3. Europe uses the Combo 2, so Type 2. In the United States, we have the Type 1, so I don't know that that is available. But the new Teslas now, I believe, starting late 2021, they came CCS enabled. They still have the proprietary Tesla plug, but they can actually, with an adapter, charge from a CCS Type 1 plug. So obviously we do need an adapter. There is adapters out there that have a ECU in it. There's software on there that makes this Chargeport talk to the CCS, but they're expensive. They're $500 and more for that, and it's an aftermarket unit. And I heard they had some problems. Some places they only charge 25 kilowatt. Other places, as far as I know, they only charge 50 kilowatts. Some people said they could charge more, but I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, it's over $500 for one of those adapters. It's an aftermarket part. It may work now, it may not work later, as Tesla does some software updates on the car. So I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to go the route where I can make sure it will work now and later, and that I don't have to buy a $500 aftermarket unit that has software on it, and who knows, if the company goes out of business, then there may be no more support and the software does not update, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to use the actual Tesla adapter. The actual Tesla adapter is not sold in the United States currently, but it's sold in Korea. So we went ahead and ordered it from Korea. This here is the box that the CCS adapter comes in, and this is the original box. We ordered that from Korea. To order it directly from Tesla is almost impossible. Because of the way it is in Korea, I tried it on their website. I mean, you can use Google Translate to translate the website and so on. But as a country, it always puts Korea in, no matter what address you put in there. So that really didn't work out. Some people use a service that will order it for them, and then that service will ship it to the United States. But I also found a website where I can order it on there. It's something like Amazon, and I'm gonna put the link down below in the description. So that's where you can order this at a super cheap price. I looked on the website, I think it was $298 US. Equivalent, obviously, it was the Korean currency that it showed, but that came up to about $300 basically. This adapter, including shipping, was $330, and it was shipped DHL and delivered right here to the house in about a week roughly. So it was not like taking months or everything or something like that. And the box was, well, now it's open, but the box was sealed, unopened completely. And it is the official adapter. So the official adapter is, that's where the CCS goes. That's what we're plugging in here. There's a little safety there. I believe as you plug it in, it will allow it to make the connection. It's pretty heavy, but it looks sturdy. It looks like looks just perfect, I think. Super nice manufactured. It's got the Tesla sticker on it. So for $330, I got an original Tesla CCS adapter. And as far as I know, there is no electronics in here that need updating or anything. It's more of a physical type through connector. And that's why we need to do something to the car so that the car actually can work with or communicate with the CCS charger. There is another place in the Ukraine that manufactures a similar looking adapter like this, but it's over $500. And currently with what's going on in the Ukraine, their website says they can't deliver to anywhere else but in the Ukraine. They have huge demand in the Ukraine, and currently they would not even deliver anywhere until things improve down there. So this is $200 cheaper than the other one. This is an original one. And so I opted to go for this. So using this or the one from Ukraine, you still have to change your car. We don't have to change the Chargeport because that obviously stays the proprietary plug, even though the Chargeport itself has changed from the 2018 to the 2022. They have, but this one's not heated, the new one's heated now, so that would have some benefits in the wintertime. So we may or may not change that possibly at some point, just because it has a heater in it, so it wouldn't freeze, because that could be a problem, and we had that problem early on. But since we know about it, and some software improvements have been done to the car, we actually didn't have an issue. So at this point, we're leaving the Chargeport. And what we're changing is the ECU, the controller for the Chargeport, which pretty much sits in here, well, on the inside, on the wheel well. And so today we got to open this up. I do not have the ECU in hand right now, as you can see. I'm going to get it today. It will be delivered today. And we also have a Mobile Tech appointment today for the Mobile Tech to come out, because once you install the new part, you got to pair it to the car. I always call it pair it, but basically it's a firmware update so that the car can recognize the new part and knows how to communicate with it. Because with what's in here, it has to communicate differently than with the new part. And after replacing the ECU and doing the firmware update, we have high hopes that this will charge at any CCS charger, as well as still every supercharger. We got to pull some of the stuff out of here. I think we got to pull this one out, this trim that I already pulled down on it. Mat come out, lid come out, so that we can get back going over there. We got to pull this fabric foam type stuff at least somewhat out, so we can get in and get to that ECU. So this piece just has a couple pins here, or a couple clips here, and then it's got these pins. So you just need to pull this part up first, and then you can pull the whole pin out. And this just pulls up again, couple clips, that's it. I was hoping I could just pull it out enough and I can kind of see the ECU back there, but I gotta pull another pin here, and yeah, another one of these. All right, basically got it out. Let me get the other camera and I'll show you inside. All right, so this is how this looks in here. So this is all kind of flexible here, almost like a fabric type, soft type. I had to pull this part up. There was another pin right here that goes into that hole. But now we can see this here is the charge port itself, the back side of it. We can see the high voltage wires going that way towards the battery. And this little doohickey right there is the one that will be replacing. That is the controller for this charge port. And you can see there is some wires on there going to the charge port. So I think all that holds it is this one bolt. And then I think there's like a bracket under there that we can slide it out of. So I need to grab a wrench. This kind of looks like a 10 millimeter there. Undo that bolt and see if we can slide it out. And then I will have to wait till I get the new unit. Once I get the new unit, we'll go up front, open the frunk, and we'll disconnect the 12 volt battery so that this is powered down. Right now, actually, I've seen it blink a little bit. There were some red lights on there, so this is all still powered up. But we're gonna disconnect the 12 volt battery. There is no high voltage on the ECU itself, so we don't have to worry about that. There's just low voltage. So we just basically power down the car, disconnect the 12 volt battery, replace the unit, and reconnect the 12 volt battery, then have to do the firmware update, and then hopefully we just drive to town and see if it charges. So there is a clip here and a clip there, and then we got a groove and a groove where they slide in, and it only attaches then with one bolt to hold it in place. So super easy to remove. So before you power down the car, you want to run all the windows down, as well as open all the doors. Because once it's powered down, we have no longer access to anything in the car if the windows are up and the doors are closed. So we gotta open all this up, and then we go in and shut it down on the touchscreen under safety. Power off, power off. There we go. Now we're powered off. Now we gotta go up front there and disconnect the 12 volt. Gotta remove this cover. That's super easy. And then right here we got the 12 volt battery, and right there is the negative terminal. And we just need to loosen that nut and pull that terminal off. And this is a 10 millimeter again, just like the one in the back for the ECU. There we go. Pull that off and just set it over off to the side so we're no longer connected. So here's a close-up right there. We just put the battery connector over there. Now we gotta go back here and we gotta disconnect the communication to the high voltage battery, and there's a connector under the seat here. And actually, let's look. You can see that ECU is still powered up. It's blinking. So we're going under here, and we'll disconnect that connector, and then hopefully that thing is no longer blinking. So under here, there's a little clip right there, and on the other side as well. It's under here. Just gotta go reach in, feel for it, and then you can pull the seat up just like that. And so over this way right here, we can see those are the high voltage wires coming in from the charge port. We're not dealing with those. we are going here on the passenger side, and there's this connector right here, and there we go. So it's just on top here is this little latch. It's latched like this. Oops, it's kind of hard to do with the one hand. You just go up and press it, and then as you're pushing this lever down, it pushes the plug up, and you take it off and you heard the clunk. Car is dark. No more communication or anything going there. Now we're dead in the water. So at this point we just have to wait for the part to get here and the Tesla technician to get here, and it won't take long to just put the part in, fire the car back up, and then do the firmware update. We might not reassemble everything in the trunk. We might just drive to town real quick. Actually, it doesn't even take long to reassemble, so we might. Don't know yet, we'll see. But for now, the car has to sit like this. Don't close anything, because once you close it, it's a mechanical latch, but it's electrically released. So, and since we have no power going to anything on the car at this point, you cannot reopen a door if you close it. So just let it sit like this and replace the ECU. All right, so the part arrived. Got it right here. Looks basically exactly the same. Should be a different part number. And so the car is completely shut down at this point, and looks like same plugs, everything. So we'll just take this one out, put that one in, and then we gotta fire the car back up. And I do have a software update. So the software update will recognize this new component and will automatically update the firmware as needed. And so we'll be fine, hopefully. All right, so we got the 3 plugs. Let's see, there's release. Oh. Come on, there's one. There's a release here. 2 and 3, and they're all different plugs size-wise. So let's see if we can move this here. So you can't plug them in wrong. Now we just need to plug the new one in and go from there. So we'll do this. If I would know that, and that. And now we need to get these 2 clips slid in there, and the bolt back in here. Gotta get the wrench. All right, and there's the new one. Gotta fire the car back up. So we go back under here, plug this in, latch it, put the cover back on, and then I'll fiddle with the seat. It's a little tricky to get the belt buckles through there. And we'll go up front here, and we will have to reconnect the battery right there. Okay, I need to get the wrench and tighten that. All right, we got this. Now let's go look in here. So we got a message here. It says unable to charge, disconnect and retry. Well, it's because we have a new ECU in there. So let's unplug this real quick. I just had it plugged in. We actually see a red light. There we go. Let's go in here. Software update required. Here is my software update. We install now. All right, there we go. And at this point, I'm gonna just close the doors so the car can sit and do its thing. Okay, the software update is complete. Now we'll see in here what it says. So don't like this one here. Unable to charge. Services required. Chargeport component is not detected. That is a little weird. But then if we go over here and that is in your software, you click additional vehicle information, then this pops up and we can see right there, CCS adapter support enabled. So that part's good, but I don't like this one. So let's see what happens if we plug it in. So let's see. That works. Oh, it still shows red. Huh, interesting. It doesn't unlock and it shows red. Okay, that's no good. So I guess we could try a reset. Let's try that. So I'm just gonna do basically a scroll wheel reset. Some people call this a hard reset, I don't know. It is basically just while parked, you step on the brake pedal, press and hold the two scroll wheels, and there we go. We're waiting for the screen to shut down. You want to hold probably at least 15 seconds. It takes quite a while. Initially I was told we gotta hold it till the T comes back on the screen, which can take about 45 seconds to a minute. So we'll do this and then we'll see. Still no T on the screen. I can see the lights are flashing. Interesting. Huh. There we go. Okay. So the T is back on the screen there. Interestingly, the lights are flashing. I never noticed that before. But whatever. Okay, the same code is still there, the same fault. Chargeport component is not detected. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, we're all back up. Now let's give it a power down here. We're going into safety, power off, and we'll give it about 3 minutes. And then power it back up by just pressing the brake as it just said there. Plan A didn't work, so I had to go to plan B. This here's plan B. I made this little adapter harness, and this was not my design. I looked at it on the schematic and I figured it can be done, but it also requires some resistors because the latest generation Chargeport has thermocouples in it, and thermocouples, they're a certain resistance, and they you could say they measure temperature. So we have to simulate having that Chargeport, so we had to install resistors here, and I found that on the forum. And you can actually purchase this harness on eBay. There is the person that from that forum is actually on eBay selling it, and I'm going to put a link down below so you can purchase the harness. I made it myself. There was a list of stuff on the forum what you need, but you might as well just purchase it. It requires tools and patience, and now mine, one wire got too short here. So yeah, but so we're gonna plug this in, and then we'll see if it works, what happens. So let's try. All right, so this right here is the harness coming from the Chargeport, and the one plug I have added to my harness is exactly the same. So this end plugs into the controller. And this here is the end that we can use here. Plug it there. And then we go back there. Gotta have it the right way, I guess. Plug it in there. Now we're plugged in. Now let's see what's going on. So, already looking good. No more red light. We got blue. The little lock down there is open. That's a good sign. Let's just grab the charger, plug in, blink. I heard a click back there. Green. Let's see. Green running light here. All right, let's look inside what we got going. And here we go. Everything looking good. No fault messages. And it is charging right up here. It's a little hard to see, but we're doing what, 34 amps right there. So we're going about 8-9 kilowatts. There we go, 40 out of 40. So we are charging. We are good to go. So that harness is needed. All right, quick fix. Not so quick fix. It took me about an hour and a half to make the harness. I don't have the hands I needed. I didn't have all the equipment really that I needed, but I was able to do it, and it works. So yeah, the harness is needed. Commonly Tesla parts, the new parts, can be installed on older cars, parts like this, and then with a firmware update they usually work, but not with this one, obviously. That's too bad, because it would be nice if we just need to buy the ECU. The ECU is $145 from Tesla, so it is an OTC part, over-the-counter part, no VIN required. So you should be able to order that from your Tesla service center. They should just sell that to you without any questions, basically. Yeah, but you need to make the harness or purchase the harness on eBay. I'm gonna put the link down below in the description. And or you can probably buy the other Chargeport, the new Chargeport. I don't know how much it is. Obviously the new Chargeport has a few features, well, mainly the heater is in there, and it's got more temperature control in there, so in case something would actually go wrong and get too hot, it would limit charging as a safety. So but yeah, this definitely works like this. And now we need to go to town. We need to see if we can still supercharge, and we need to see if we can CCS charge now. So, but before we go to town, I gotta put this all back together, and then we'll go to town and see. We're already here in Missoula. It just took us a split second to get here. We're at Walmart at the Electrify America station here. And well, we'll see if we can actually charge with the CCS here. So we'll see if we can activate this from the app. This will be number 3. Shows available. Swipe to start charge. Processing payment, initiating charging. So we'll see if the adapter works. Okay, we got blue initiating charging. Let's see what it does. Doesn't go anywhere here. It still says initiating. Okay, this doesn't seem to go anywhere here. Let's see. Let's unplug. Let's try the other one. This one snaps in, the other one didn't snap in. Okay, we'll plug in. There we go. Where is the phone? There. Charge error. Okay. We're still on 3. Swipe to charge. I hear something. Charger fired up. Come over here, look at the blinking T, blinking blue. It should go green. There we go. Let's see, what does it say on the screen? It still says initiating, but we got green. There we go. We are charging on CCS here. Hopefully it keeps going. Let's see what it says in the screen on the car. So in here we are going at 83 kilowatts, so not too bad. And we charge limit is only set to 72. We're already at 51, so not far to go, but yeah, we're bringing the power here. 81 kilowatts, so it is working. Energy delivered 1.95 kilowatt hours already. Charging time only been a minute, 52%. Charge speed here, it says 89 kilowatts. So we are going, we're good. And this is how the setup looks like here. So you have to plug in the CCS into the adapter first. That's probably easiest, and then just plug it into the car. And so this second handle here did not plug in all the way to allow it to charge, and then this one plugged in nicely. And we got planes flying over us. So okay, so this is the Tesla original CCS adapter, ordered from Korea, and it works wonderful. And the charge is going. We're already at 54%. So it's working, and it's definitely working with more than just 50 kilowatts. We made it. We're already back home. We did also go to the Supercharger, and that worked just fine as before. No difference whatsoever. So we basically tested all the charging options. Here we did the level 2, we did the CCS, and we did the Supercharger again. So everything's working fine. So what we know now is you need a new ECU for the Chargeport, but you also need this adapter harness. This adapter harness does rewire between the old Chargeport and the new control board. There's a few differences in wiring, as well as it simulates that you have a new Chargeport with thermistors in them. So it is needed. I would assume you could also replace the Chargeport if you wanted to. If you live in a cold climate, you will get the benefit of having a heated Chargeport, and your plug could not freeze in there, and your lock inside the Chargeport could not freeze. So that would be the benefit of getting the new Chargeport. You might already have a CCS enabled car, so you can check that in the car. On your screen, you press the little car icon that takes you to controls. From there you go to software, and then in the software screen you see additional car information. You click on it, and that's the little window that then shows CCS enabled. if it has it. If your car does not have the CCS enabled, this is what you need to do to make CCS charging possible. If your car is already CCS enabled, but you have the proprietary plug here in the United States, like we all do, then you just need to buy the adapter. And if you have the adapter, this should charge just fine without any issues whatsoever. Please go check out our Redbubble store. We got some EV and sustainable transport, sustainable energy inspired designs there, some shirts and other stuff, and there's a link down below in the description. Please go check it out. This would be one way you could help support this channel a little bit. Another way to support the channel that's completely and totally free is, first of all, give us a thumbs up for every video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share these videos with others. There is a share button just below the video that you can click, and you can share it on your social media, anywhere you want to. Share it with your friends, family, and all the other peoples. If you like them or not, don't matter to us. Just share the video in support of our channel. In any event, thank you for watching. Goodbye.